So we'll start back at the beginning. Came to Emporia, Kansas from Des Moines, Iowa. I think I arrived here on a Tuesday. Spent a couple extra days in Des Moines just to hang out, see some family, play some golf. I didn't want to get to Emporia too early because it is a small town, so there's not a whole lot to do, whether it's food, entertainment. I didn't want to over practice the courses, just kind of get burnt out. Got here Tuesday, checked into our Airbnb. We have a really cool house. We were staying with the Estonians, Kristen, Silver, Katie. We had Larry Lettinen here from Finland. Hannah showed up, my caddy for the week. John Tompkins showed up on Monday. And then we had our two cameramen, Mikey and Timmy. So we had a full house. It was an awesome time. We were here in pretty much the center of Emporia. So it was pretty cool. Everything was so close. So that really worked out. You good? You look good? Oh, yeah, let's go. Looks like a great time. It's on the street before. Yeah. Mikey, you getting anything? No. Each day I wanted to learn little bits of the course, what my game plan was going to be, how my discs were flying, and actually coming out here, a lot of people were comparing, oh, Paul didn't perform well at DDO, he's not going to perform well at Worlds. I think that was almost the opposite because DDO was so windy, and we were playing new courses in the sense of Jones Supreme, first time seeing it, and then a couple new holes over at the country club. So I wanted to learn the course and I wanted to play the course, but at DDO I tried to do that, but I should have been playing the wind. So now that I was over here for Worlds, I actually had a forehand too. I was a little bit hurt at DDO, so I wasn't leaning on my forehand as much, and it felt to me like that was really going to make the course easy. It was going to keep me away from the OB a lot and not have to push it too hard and take unnecessary risks. So it was really cool to see all that in the practice days. Get that a lot? So John Tompkins was on the bag again. If you guys know, he's been on my bag since my first World Championships in 2012. He caddied for me in 2012, 13, 14, 15, 16. He didn't caddy for me in 17. He caddied for me in Vermont in 18 and not 19 or 20 or 21, but here he is in 2022. Been a great friend. He was my best man at my wedding. He's just one of the real ones. He's been there since the beginning. So thankful for him. He's one that keeps me calm. I mean, that's just his demeanor is that calm guy, and he keeps me under control.
That was probably the most stressful. We've all been pretty stressful with that one.
That one takes the cake, eh?
That was great.
He might only say about 20 words on the course besides "come on, let's go," and it's the right one. So really awesome having him here and just hanging out, catching up, and winning our fifth Worlds together. My sixth, but our fifth. Blessed to say that he's my best friend.
So what's the purpose of the haircut? Just to look fresh?
Yeah, so it doesn't look all weird on my hat. That's about it.
Okay. And John, what about you? Keep me cool.
Show this footage. They don't have a cutting board, so I have to use a plate.
Oh,
it goes against everything I believe in.
Make it over day one of the tournament. We're over at Jones Supreme. I'm on one of the feature cards. Start out the tournament with Island Hole 1. I guess I was just juiced for Worlds and just launched the first shot, long OB. So I started off the World Championships with a bogey, and didn't really get any better from there. Throwing errors, putting errors, you name it, I had it right there. I was able to kind of right that ship and just start getting a bunch of birdies, like just caught fire. Somehow put together a round to where I was one putt away on the 18th hole for tying for the lead.
The heck?
The Estonians.
It's over the
toilet paper on the roll.
Give the man his body back.
Said it worked the same, but let's put that back. Day two, we flip-flop courses. A pools at Country Club, B pools at Jones. So I'm on the second card, started off hole 1, not the way that I want. Yeah, it just didn't seem like things were clicking. I didn't feel like I had the confidence in my putt to where I felt like if I put it close, I was gonna birdie. I felt like I had to put it really close. On my drives or my approaches, a little bit more pressure than I wanted. So just had to relax, stay calm, and that was kind of the word that was in my head most of the week today is just be patient. You know, your opportunity's gonna come, just be patient. And yeah, just use that the rest of the round. And like I said, I was pretty forehand dominant on these courses more than I have in the past. And I think that really helped me stay calm, because with the forehand, you take something a little bit more overstable and you can just throw it really hard. It's gonna fight the wind. It's going to be very predictable. Just leaned on that heavily and was able to squeak out a 9 down over there at Country Club. So back-to-back 9 downs. After day 2, the pools will shuffle. Going it back to Jones. I knew I wanted a different start than what I had day 1. Get those birdies early, because they're not the most challenging holes, but if you make a mistake, you should still have a look for birdie if you keep it in bounds, but it's a little bit harder to get up and down. I knew just throw my first shot good, or at least somewhere where it's playable, and I should be able to convert the birdie. So I ended up shooting a 12 down at Jones, hitting a big putt on 18. To tie for the lead, actually, to get to 30 under. And I guess I forgot to talk about it in round 2, but round 2, hole 17, I got a pretty bad cramp in my left calf.
Paul McBeth has been an absolute riddle. It's big putts missed. It's limping down the fairway. It's leg injuries. It's all these things.
So Paul has been having some cramping in his left leg, and it's been interfering with this tournament. Julian is a UFC fighter out of Kansas City, and he gets this kind of stuff done all the time.
Julian Marquez made it to town. He came Friday. He brought some equipment, some things, and then he brought his 2 thumbs, and he just absolutely wrecked my calf all night.
How's the leg feeling this morning? Is that literally from like just trying to do crap to it?
Mixture of everything.
Mixture of everything.
But it felt better. It felt a little bit looser, but still lingering.
And you can just tell he doesn't ever stretch. Like this part right here, so tight. It's like a rock. And I have it too, so we're like friends. Except for I cry whenever they do this to me.
It'd be, what flavor are those? Lemon? Lime? Citrus. So it's just gonna make your water taste like that, but it's gonna help push up your hydration. So we got that. Now we're good. We're good to go. Thank you.
Round 4, you know, they call it moving day. He was off to a fast start. I was falling a little bit behind. Basically, the whole round went kind of back and forth, but Aaron didn't make a mistake.
Yeah, the mental game from Gossage so far has been really untouchable, to be completely honest. Just 2 bogeys on the weekend.
He didn't throw out of bounds 1 time, so he didn't give up any strokes. He missed some putts, but you know, that's going to happen when you're giving yourself so many opportunities. He shot a 9 down. It was a little bit breezier than the other days. I had fallen 3 back. I shot a 6. It was a wild day. It was a lot of shuffling. Scores were swapping, and at the end of it, Aaron had a 3-stroke lead. The lead card was all within 5 strokes of each other. And on top of it, still dealing with this calf thing. It's still lingering.
Going for Paul all the way.
Paul all the way?
Day 5 comes, final day of Worlds. I'm not going to let anything stop me.
He's going nuke, Brian. This shot's so hard, and he's pretty far back. I want people to realize this slope down to the water is steep.
Shot of the tournament for Aaron Gossage.
We prayed about it. He's done everything he needs to do. It's just in God's hands, and we're going to see what happens.
What a clutch approach from Gossage.
I said shot of the tournament. That's the shot of a lifetime.
For a birdie and a forced playoff.
Oh, buddy. Perfect.
Years in a row, Paul McBeth heads to the World Championship playoff. This time, Aaron Gossage joins him. Oh, catching a tree on the way in. Terry, talk to us about that.
Guys, it looked like it hit the tree and then hit the ground and rolled out of bounds. Huge mistake.
No way. McBeth just opened the barn door. Gossage.
I can't tell you, my heart rate went to 220, back down to 170, up to 280.
We're coming down to the final stretch right now.
Look at what he's dealing with. These two trees right in front of him. Leaves the trees. He's got the distance. Paul McBeth. What a shot inbounds. Still well short of the basket, but a huge shot for Paul.
That's a 450-foot shot, low ceiling through a gap that's 7 feet wide.
This man's dialed.
Uh-oh. Watch out, everybody. All right, trying to put some pressure on Gossage.
Same situation. Paul will be going for it here.
For a share of the lead with 2 to play. Chasing 6. Thoughts? Champion's mind. Paul McBeth. From 7 feet from the fairway. Grabs the lead at Worlds with 1 to play.
It is tails. Can Gossage put the pressure on Paul?
Oh. McBeth might be so far back, it's going to take a miracle. That is ice.
Paul, 6th time, it's over.
Let's freaking go.
It was one of the greatest battles I've ever had in my career, and I know it's going to be a breakthrough moment for Aaron.
Beth for a share of the lead.
It's just a wild week, and not only that, you know, I mentioned that we were staying in this house with the Estonians and Lowry. I don't know, something about we stayed together. We had both world titles under this house, so it was a really cool experience to celebrate with Kristen on her first world title. Huge accomplishment for not just her, but her whole country of Estonia to be taking a world championship back home. And yeah, it's been a wild week. So I wear a whoop band, you know, kind of keeps checking my heart rate. And during the round, I think like 128 was the highest it hit. And then once we went to the playoff, I was like 90 something, 92, 80s. You know, when the situation was at its peak, you know, that's when I feel like I need to be at my calmest and at you know, the most like present. So just breathing, trying to keep the mind clear, go from there.
Ladies and gentlemen, your 6th-time world champion here at the 2022 PDGA Professional Disc Golf World Championships, Paul McBeth.
It's the most emotional I've ever seen you for a winning putt. Tell us what this means.
It means a lot, man. I was in Aaron's shoes last year, and man, I feel for him because it's tough. It's tough, but I know he'll bounce back. And I mean, I still struggled, you know. I still was not that good from the putting green, but I just found a way to push through and just continue to somehow get him to go in and put myself in this position. So I don't know, like you said, you know, I'm pretty emotional right now.
How do you dig deep to clutch up in the way that you did on hole 17, a putt you just referenced. You had the very errant mistake on 15, which was surprising, but then 2 holes later on 17, you make it from outside of circle 2. Where were you digging deep for that?
I just told myself, you got to will this one in there. Whatever you have, just will it in there. Give it everything you have. I feel like this is my 15th year doing this professionally, so I want to continue doing it and continue showing up at these majors and showing up at the big events. So, man, I don't know. I just want to keep building. I mean, thank you all for watching. Thank you to my family back home in California. I know they're watching. I gave them a heart attack. I feel bad for my grandfather. He's 91, so he was there watching. So thank you, and thanks to my family in Virginia. My wife's here. My friends are here. My sponsors are here. Thank you all.
I mean, he's going 6 times. I mean, come on.
Oh my.
Mikey, you missed our family picture.
I know.
And I'm trying to cry, but I'm dehydrated.
I cried. Well, a tear popped out. Singular.
Retirement.
How do you feel?
I feel weird. I feel bad for Aaron because I know exactly how he feels because that happened to me last year. And I heard him say, like,
You're throwing him away.
I'm going to be thinking about this for a long time. And I was like, you will, because we did too. But he plays that well all the time. He's going to have his own world titles. I'm just so freaking proud of Paul. I'm so proud of him. He literally just went through the same exact thing as he did last year. And he stared it right in the face and just took it down.
He's the man.
And I hope people like realize that. I hope they know. Because that's not easy. He went right back into his trauma and he overcame it. And I'm like, also, Aaron, you're amazing and we really love you. But I'm so happy. Either way, though, go describe.
6 times, baby. Go win it.
6 times?
Yeah. Dude, 6 times.
You got 6 times?
6 times. 6
We knew it was coming.
It's been about time. Come on.
Nuts.
Let's go, Paul! Let's go, Paul! Yeah, Paul! Let's go!
Then my butt was hitting the floor, so I moved down here. That's fine. And it was also really hot in that room. I don't know how we slept in that room. It was so hot.
Really?
Yeah. I woke up sweating.
And then anyway.
My first interview, you know, they didn't know what was in Paul's bag.
Yeah, how'd it go?
Had to run through it all. Pretty easy. It's like 4 of everything.
Oh.
Not sure what happened.
It's cone.
It's right there.
It's a little higher. Yeah, right there. That's it. Okay, I need a break.
See moss?
Oh, yeah. That's no joke.
Watch it fight while we watch Kristen win.
Let's go!
Do a twirl. Street a twirl. Okay, look at it.
I'll see you there.
Done? Sweet.